Okay. Let's make a video. What standard character you should pull? You should choose for the free 5-star character. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. So people can get the answer they're looking for, because my opinion is that it doesn't matter. Now, let's rank the 5-star standard characters. Which one's the best? The best is Tighnari. Where is he? Where's my big T? Tighnari is the best standard 5-star, okay? He has very good damage, very good single targets, very good constellation overall. At C6, he's like a machine gun. He's like a monster, really. He's really good, okay? Pretty free-to-play friendly to build as well. So you can give him slingshot, he's gonna be fine. You can give him any EM bow, he's gonna be fine. Almost every 5-star bow are okay on him. Great magic, Unterspath, Aqua, pretty good. Amos is okay, but slingshot is better. Polar Star is pretty good. Scarlet Harp is okay, but I think slingshot is still better. So yeah, overall slingshot really good. Very easy to build. You don't need crazy stats, you just need some EM, and he works well with Nahida, and then he's a monster. If you have C0 Tighnari, his first constellation is very good. His second constellation is also very good. Overall, he has very good constellations, to be honest. So if you have all the other standards, I would say he's a good one. Second best standard character, in my opinion, is Jean. Okay? She's not game breaking. Where is she? Where's Jean? Oh, right here. She's not game breaking, but she has good damage. She's pretty F2P friendly to build. You give her Favonius and she's gonna be super fine. You give her any attack weapon. If you have good energy, she's gonna be fine. If you want to build her DPS, she can be a very good DPS with any crit 5-star weapon. She's great. 4 Viridescent. You can go full attack if you don't want to worry about her damage or her stats, or you can go DPS. She's still gonna heal more than enough, even with a DPS build. At very low attack right now, and she still heals enough. So overall, pretty good character. She works well with Farina. She's an Anemo character, so 4 Viridescent is great for her, and she can buff your team pretty well. And if you have skill issue, her burst heals the whole team. All right, so her constellations are not insane. If you're a Shao main, C4 Jean can be useful, but nowadays best Shao team doesn't really use Jean anymore. So if you don't have Jean, I think she's a good pick for the standard 5-star. If you already have her, I wouldn't probably worry about her constellation. Yo, Oreo, thank you for the 27 months. DPS Jean is good? Not really. Like, you can play her in National and stuff like that, but overall she deals good damage, and she heals very well. She can use any attack, any energy weapon. So if you have the flute, you can give her the flute as long as you have enough energy. It's gonna be fine. But I would usually recommend Favonius because you really want her energy back, her burst back as often as possible, as soon as you can. Third best standard character. It's between Keqing and Dehya, like literally. Like, as much as people trash talk Dehya, she's actually not that much worse than Keqing. Like, no cap, chat. No cap. She's actually not that much worse than Keqing. I promise you. It's not even cap. I don't even think she's worse than her. But I'm kind of biased because I got some constellation and my Dehya kind of slapped since the first day I got her. Okay, my Keqing lost her artifacts, so I don't remember what I had on her, so I need to check. I think I would put Keqing and Dehya same rank on the standard strength, to be honest. Because even at C0, like in the right team, Dehya can like dish out some decent damage. Keqing deals good damage in Dendro teams and stuff like that, but it's not insane either, to be honest. Okay, wait. Oh, I think I used some of her artifacts for Bennett. Good. Honestly, she gets 15 crit rate. Could be a bit higher crit rate, but it's not too bad. So third place for me, it's between Keqing and Dehya. I would probably put honestly, they're the same. They're the same. Like, they can deal some good damage, some okay damage, but overall, they really underperform compared to everything else. Even compared to Jean, honestly, like, of course, Jean is not a main DPS, but I'd say they're very similar. Diluc can deal more damage, but only in plunge team, honestly. Only in plunge team. Like, any other team, I feel like he's just slower, in my opinion. Like, I would put Diluc behind them. Or maybe... Okay. Keqing first, and then Dehya and Diluc together, maybe. In terms of constellation, Keqing's constellation are fine. But they're not game-breaking. The C1 is nice for the crit rates. The rest is like okay. It gives a bit more damage, but it's nothing insane. The C6, of course, deals like gives decent damage, but it's nothing crazy. Honestly, if you already have Keqing C0, I wouldn't really get her constellation unless you don't want anyone else, and then her C1 is kind of good. Oh wait, yeah, her C1. Wait, no, the crit rate is a passive. My bad. Crit rate is a passive, but like the C1 deals a decent amount of damage. Like it's okay. It's not crazy, but it's not too bad. Dehya, as I said earlier, like also Keqing can use like pretty. You can use like EM weapon if you're playing Dendro teams, like Iron Sting, stuff like that. Doesn't have a lot of good weapons though. I mean, you can use Wolfang, Finale of the Deep if you have them. You can craft Finale of the Deep. If you have Black Sword, it's pretty good on her. You can use Lion's Roar in like Hazer team or Overload team now if you play with Bennett and Chevreuse. But yeah, overall, like her damage is not insane. Same for Dehya at C0. Like she's not crazy. If you don't have her signature weapon, you can go Serpent Spine, but still, she's not going to deal a million damage. But she's very valuable. She's very valuable with Neuvillette though. With Neuvillette, Wanderer, like she can be very good with some of those characters. With Line as well in Mono Pyro, like she can do a lot of stuff. She's still very useful. She can be very useful if you don't have Zhongli as like a shield replacement. And you just give her like Favonius. She gets a ton of ER. I mean the ER doesn't really matter actually because you won't use her burst, but at least she can generate some energy for the rest of the team, or you can give her the bell if you just want full HP. And then you just build her full HP as a support, or you can go 4-piece Emblem or 4-piece Varukasha for DPS. But yeah, she still can be very useful for like Nuvi teams or Wanderer or stuff like that. Nah, like...
Commemorative French.
Yo, Raphael, thank you so much for the 3 months. For Neuvillette, she can be insane. For Neuvillette, she's really, really good. Outside of Neuvillette, like, she can still be pretty good with Line and Burn Emily now. As you could see, like, you can use her with Emily pretty well. Like, she works actually pretty good. So I feel like she has some good teams. She's not necessarily the best option all the time, but like for Nuvi team with Nahida and Raiden or Nahida and like another Electro, she can work insanely good. Like she's really fucking good. Diluc. Oh yeah, and for Dehya Constellation, C1 is nice, C2 is nice for a bit more uptime on the skill, which can be useful for like Nuvi, but otherwise, if you're not planning to make her a DPS, the Constellations are kind of useless. What about Diluc? I mean, Diluc is Diluc, bro. He's slow. If you have Xianyun Farina, like, you can play Plunge Diluc, but... unless you like the character, like, his damage is just too slow. His damage is just too slow. Like, it's really insane how slow he is. Like, I swear to God. So, I'm not a big fan of Diluc in general. His constellations are not terrible, but they're not game-breaking either. Honestly, if you don't want Diluc and you already have him, I wouldn't get his constellations. Unless you're at C5, maybe C6 can be pretty good, but not really worth it, I would say. And then Mona... did I miss someone? Mona, Qiqi, and who else? That's it, right? Mona and Qiqi. Mona... I'd say maybe a bit more useful than Qiqi, but... nowadays, honestly, like, if you have Farina, there's literally no reason to play Mona. If you have Kokomi, there's very, very few reasons to play Mona. Yeah, I don't know. Like, her Hydro application is not great. Her buff is nice, but it doesn't last very long. She needs 1,000,000 energy. She's really easy to build, though. Like, she just needs ER, and you can give her Turning Tales of Dragon Slayer. You can go for Tenacity if you want a bit more buff. She's not even on, like, the... Not even the right set, but... Whatever. There's very few reasons to play Mona these days, honestly. Even for big damage showcase, she's not even... Like, before Farina and other, like, supports... She was okay for like damage per screenshot. Like if you wanted to do like a maximum damage showcase or whatever for like a YouTube video or whatever. But nowadays, even for that, she's not even good. So T1 is okay, but like it's really not worth getting Mona in Mona Constellation. If you want to get her just for collection, sure, but I wouldn't get her in the standard. I mean in the selector. You'll get her eventually when you don't want her. And then last one is Qiqi. What about Qiqi? Where is she? Qiqi is Qiqi. Shit cryo app, shit energy generation, good healing, 0 damage. Yeah, that's Qiqi. Honestly, like she doesn't really do a whole lot. She can work in Farina teams. She can work with Farina teams. That's pretty much it. Like, if you don't have any healer, but if you don't have Jean, you should take Jean if you need a healer for Farina. That's pretty much it. Yeah, she can be a good cryo battery if you give her Favonius and you got C6 and then... Yeah, no, she's not great, honestly. She's cute, but she's not great. If you don't have her and you want her for collection, she's fine. You can pick her. But my priority picks for the standard selector would be Tighnari, Dehya, Keqing, probably. It would be between Tighnari, Dehya, and Keqing. Tighnari C1 Giga Cracked. Tighnari C1 Giga Cracked. Tighnari C2 very insane. All Tighnari's constellations are insane, honestly. So if you play him, it's probably my first pick. If you want to play DPS Dehya, her constellations are good. For like a DPS Dehya kind of. And the closer you get to C6, the closer you get to an actual like strong character. And then for Keqing, her constellations are okay, but they don't give a ton of damage, honestly, until you reach C6. Kind of similar to Dehya, I guess. But Dehya with C1, C2 is actually like not too bad. She can do some stuff. I mean, Tighnari... Wait, what do you mean Tighnari C5? Oh, because Tighnari C5 is the skill, yeah, but like, yeah. All Tighnari's constellations are good, so I would probably be my priority, and then between Dehya and Keqing, depending who you like the most. And if you're missing a 5-star standard, if it's not Qiqi... If it's Qiqi or Mona, I would say it's not necessarily worth getting them. If you're missing Jean, I'd say she's a good pick. And if you're missing one of the 3 DPSs, I would say they're also like a decent pick if you want to play them. But once again, if you don't want to play a character, there's no reason to pick it unless you want to just collection. Jean Constellation is not useful, so just get C0 if you don't have her. Tighnari constellations are the best. Dehya and Keqing constellations are fine. That's my verdict. That's my verdict.